subscribe, especially if you're a new viewer. That way you can go on ahead and make sure that I get your energy on the channel so that I can pick up your energy and give you a reading there, okay? Archangel Michael, the ancestors, the angels of the highest, widest order, we ask that you ascend down into this present moment, giving us guidance, clearance, helping us heal and ascend, helping us grow, evolve, bringing us true divine wisdom, blocking out any interference. In your holy name we pray, as above, so below. Welcome in, collective. I'm going to pull a few cards and then we'll get started, okay? Holy Father, show me the overall energy of this reading. So it's some type of unfamiliar, a secret, maybe an unused room, something about a house or a home in a dream you could have seen, okay? Or in a vision. Something about somebody being chased as well. All right. Okay, collective, so we have a house or a home. It could be a place, it could be a vision you had, it could be a dream you had, it could be something to do with rooms in this place. People could be locked in there, okay? They could feel very trapped, collective. Oh no, what are we tapping into here? Something about a key, okay? This could be at a location with books. It could be a place where people normally learn lessons, a library, at a school. Could have took place in an unfamiliar room in an area, at a school, or in a place where people went to learn about things, okay? I'm seeing that this card's coming out over here where somebody transits in an unfamiliar place. It's something about body parts being found, okay? Collective, this... Somebody's about to take off or like... Maybe they're about to get a message or find out something. Maybe they're going to try to run, yeah. They're going to take some action. It's like they can't even find a restroom. They just got to go right now. Flying without wings, okay? Being unprepared. Somebody's very unprepared. Some type of technology is bringing disasters, okay? So maybe they're very unprepared for this message to come out, collective. Something about tombs, buildings, you know, a grave. This on this side is a castle, but it's a house. Like again, a house again. Somebody's ego is making them feel very frustrated or blocked in some type of way from getting past the guilt and the shame, the fear, some type of sadness, some type of emotions that they aren't able to cope with, okay? Something about a cell phone being lost or something. Something about an accident, okay? Bringing a disaster. It's like, has something to do with an animal maybe in social media, okay? I'm told to put these two back. Definitely a lot of people, okay? It's definitely talking about a lot of people. Could have something to do with this. Okay, so there's some, it says like ancestors, deceased people are coming through, okay? Wanting to talk about an accident with transportation that caused some type of disasters. It was like free falling, okay? Things were supposed to take off in a positive manner, but they didn't, okay? Something, yeah, didn't go very positive. Yeah, some type of money went in reverse in this situation, okay? Some type of secret's about to come out about this. About somebody's dark side, okay? It's about to be found out about or something. There's something your guys are asking you to pay more attention to, okay? If this is your story, you feel like it's going to have something to do when I get deeper in it, you'll know, okay? It's something about true guidance. What you seek may not be able to be answered by other people. Something about some type of intruders, okay? A car speeding out of control. So maybe there was like a break-in at a house or something like that. Some unused room, some dark hidden room, some dark secrets, something deep beyond the mind, something that goes deeper than any anger or guilt or shame, jealousy or fear. It's like very much sadness, hate. It's an emotion that appears to hold this person back with some type of deep attachment to them, neglecting their personal needs. Okay, so somebody was neglecting their personal needs, something about that. Something to do with finances. They weren't able to take care of themselves because of the finances. So perhaps it was a violent death, or perhaps something to do with a gun or a knife or something like that. But something about the perpetrator paying attention to the victim, and lots of uncomfortable settings. They knew a lot about this person, okay? The way in which they moved through life. Somebody maybe was going to try and identify their attacker, and it went out of control. Something was frustrating. There's a lot of anxiety. It was like a knock at the door, and the victim felt a lot of anxiety, okay? There was a fear. They feared being hurt automatically. Some type of unnecessary risk. They felt like it was trying to warn them against taking. That's how the victim might have felt at that moment, okay? That's the energy I'm pulling in from this. This person probably couldn't reach out to other people. There was no way. Their legs were messed up, so they couldn't move forward. I'm just seeing a lot of, it's something about them cheating on a partner, okay? I didn't even realize that was flipped over in my hand. Right here we have wedding and marriage. Something was lost. This marriage was lost due to somebody cheating on a partner. Something about seeing something on a computer, a laptop, something about in their dreams. But they knew, okay, something malfunctioned. Somebody maybe got an email. And so there was a disaster, okay? Something to do with that. Quite a few people were involved, maybe 1, 2 people. Somebody was feeling isolated, but there was more people when the car swerved out of control. So maybe it started like that. The person was speeding to get away. Their car swerved out of control after it happened. Someone who has died or belongs to your past might have been buried or part of themselves, maybe left behind somewhere else or something like that, in a different place. Maybe they didn't have all parts of them together at the same time. Yeah, look, falling, okay? Clear sign of the situation. or relationship is out of your control. Everything started falling, everything, yeah. You could be seeing a lot of numbers. 2, 3, 7, they could be important. 9, maybe that has something to do with it. Maybe it was the end of somebody's cell phone number or something like that. 5, 3, 4, 9 I'm seeing as well. 1, 5, 4, 9. Somebody definitely felt like they were being chased. They were unprepared. Maybe they didn't have service. They lost their cell phone service. Maybe they felt somebody was trying to take advantage of them. There's a lot of deceased people. This person, this victim, this person wants to come out and speak as if a ghost. They want to appear. They want to talk about this unfinished business here with whatever happened to them, okay? Show me the initials for the person this reading could be for. We have a T. Oh, that one's blank. We have an S. We have a D. We have a T on this side. We have an N on this side. S and D again. Something about an R and an F, okay? They're telling me 2 more. Holy Father, did you want to take 2 more? We have L and O. And I and L. There was something about 2 men being interviewed. Look, the child's father, 2 men were interviewed. They're like, go back and watch some type of interview recordings. SN, okay. There's wisdom. Somebody's going to be able to move on, whether it's the victim or... Yeah. You have the shadow. Look, they're able to move on here, okay? They're no longer bound by this unfinished business. Yeah, look, it's able to heal this victim. And maybe they'll get an opportunity to get some type of justice, okay? Look, with the behind bars here, look, some type of justice so they can move on. They're just observing. This victim could look like this woman. This woman could have had an addiction, some type of temptation, a destructive behavior, some type of codependency or toxicity as well. Somebody's about to reach out to you to try to solve this or fix this, so some type of healing can begin in this case. It's some type of person who's been looking deeper into this. Some type of prayers. Yeah, they've definitely been looking into it to control the situation, to take action here. This could be a masculine. Yeah, it's something somebody was refusing to see about somebody's success and growth. With this breathing one, this person could have had a hard time trying to control their breathing as well. Yeah, and then somebody's going to speak about the light of the truth. Somebody's seen something, somebody's going to speak about it. Maybe they didn't know that somebody's seen something, or maybe they found a body part or something that was scattered. Look, challenging times. Somebody's definitely about to speak about this hopeless and helpless situation they've seen this victim go through to bring balance. I'm telling you, collective, somebody out. I don't even like doing messages, but they're like this. But they're like, are you listening? Because somebody wants justice, okay? With the heart here, they've been waiting for these type of results. There's loved ones that could be waiting for some type of results to know what happened to their person, okay? So they're telling you, no, strengthening the bond to get results here, okay? Giving me the information to tell you with the crown chakra, with this giving and receiving, so you can manifest at least some type of information, some way to find resolution for it and be able to detach from not knowing and move on. Look, there's some type of well-deserved reward that this victim feels from being able to move forward with their truth out, okay? Yeah, they're able to release and change the focus, okay? So something's about to be released. The focus is going to be changed. But let's get a little deeper to see what happened. What happened? Let's get a different one. What happened to this victim? It was because there was public recognition to what they were doing. I guess the cheating or something like that, to the ups and downs. Everybody was watching it. Maybe somebody got embarrassed, okay? Maybe somebody got public recognition from finances out of this connection. But there's a detective taking action here. Yeah, a lot of self-developments came, a lot of news, a lot of spying, okay, a lot of information, a lot of contacts. They contacted a lot of people to bring some type of restrictions, jail, imprisonment. So somebody's already found out about this. Well, you better believe it. It's already been taken action. I guess I'm just a confirmation. Look, truth. I'm just a confirmation out here for somebody to know. Yeah, but there's a tower. There's a tower coming. If this is your loved one, then there's sudden insight, there's sudden revelation, there's a sudden change all of a sudden. Yeah. You're going to find inner happiness through this if this was your family member. But somebody's got a lack of inner joy all of a sudden when they get this message, okay? Some type of domestic communication. Yeah, somebody could show up. This emperor could be authority figure, could show up. Want to have a talk, a reunion, you know. Want to speak about something. Some type of difficult decision they need to make to bring something to calmer waters. Something about finances. Will finances help bring any changes is what I'm hearing, okay? So somebody, some type of emperor is coming to speak, whether it's to the victim or to whoever. Like I said, somebody wants to hightail it out of here. They're trying to get finances. They're driven to succeed, okay? Believing their truth, making some type of ambitious change, okay? They feel like they could be somebody that's like a free spirit over here, but there's a discovering this person's like, I've got to go, okay? There's some type of Queen of Wands putting in a lot of hard work for some type of ongoing battle we have here. And they've mastered something, okay? Last man standing. Somebody's gearing up for the worst because they know they're determined. Yeah, they know some type of judgment's coming. Somebody wants forgiveness, I'm seeing. Somebody wants a rebirth as well. But, oof, collective, it's something about this secret coming out, I'm telling you. They want to tuck tail and run. Yeah, travel, I'm telling you. They want to tuck, tail, and run with this world over here. They're like, I've got to go to the other side of the world, okay? Look, making progress. They're like, which way do I need to go here? Foresight. Some type of expansion overseas opportunity. So somebody's trying to get out of town, get overseas. Yeah. They got a lot of memories about this, though. They're reminiscing what happened for sure. Trying to release all the baggage. Maybe they've had a bonfire. Maybe they've been, yeah. They're in transition. Somebody could have just kept something and threw it away in the wrong spot. I'm telling you. Somebody's really emotional right now. Because it's like, surprise! 10 of Wands on your doorstep. Keep going. No end in sight here. Way too much to carry for them. They cannot believe that this just happened. They cannot believe this just came out. This discovery. The Justice is coming out bringing you hope and balance, fairness, some type of good omens, some type of healing to this situation. Look, for whoever's not here anymore, for the victim, okay, for the victim's family. You have this King of Wands popping out. The family's about to overcome some type of challenges. Because they're going to move forward. They're going to be disappointed. They're going to abandon the situation. They're going to withdraw. Somebody is trying to escape, leave, walk away. I'm telling you right now, it could be this King of Wands right here that wants to get away from this fight, get away from this challenge, get away from this battle. So they're trying to maintain control, standing up for themselves when it comes to being left out in the cold with this Lovers here who, you know, it ended because somebody caught somebody cheating on their partner, and then it turned out to be this bad situation, okay? So somebody's like, oh. Somebody is not ready for this adventure. You got a lot of authority figures coming out of the woodworks all of a sudden because they're about to put this person in Hangman. I'm telling you, with the King of Pentacles here in the Hangman, they're gonna discipline somebody. They got deep insight. Somebody's letting go. Look, I'm telling you, it's a difficult decision, but somebody thinks they're stalemate. It's like the stalemate right now before the decision, okay? Before the choices, okay? Somebody's weighing their options. On the bottom, we have a Traveler. Look, somebody is pursuing and fighting with loyalty and honor to get this message to somebody's family out here, okay? Because this person that done this to them was very ruthless. Call them their butcher with all the body parts not connected like that, all right? But you've got God, you've got the Creator, you've got this big boss researching out here, these big authorities, okay? Looking into something, yeah. Looking into some type of deception, some type of disguise, some type of conspiracy as well. Maybe it was a hunting situation. Like I said, somebody was running. Ooh, and the card flipped out. Look, they done developed a plan now. This is encouraging somebody. They're like, oh, yeah. Somebody was like pursuing and they had to run for their survival. Yeah, look. They voluntarily done this. They were influenced. Some people were influenced to try to avenge a situation. Maybe their friend or their spouse cheating on them or something. So maybe they thought that it was earned. Look, some type of stranger out here, okay? Or a mutual friend, an encounter by a chance, somebody that was, look, it was a friend. Somebody who they thought would support and keep their trust. But this person, they've been interviewed, okay? And they're exploring the truth when it comes to this person. With this journalist and the researcher, oh, they've been interviewed and they're definitely asking them a lot of details. How they got hired, what they were doing, some type of complex system, the solutions. Somebody is totally a lost soul. They cannot believe that this happened. Somebody's calling this person the fool. They're arrogant. They're rash. They're impulsive, okay? With the security guard out here, maybe that's who's seeing them. Maybe that's who's stepping up and giving the information out here. But somebody's providing service, knowledge, information. It could just be the divine with this cosmic connection right here. Somebody didn't see this coming. They didn't expect this situation to ever get cleaned up. They didn't expect anybody to get rescued here. They thought they had the perfect plan. But they didn't know your elders were going to come out and help you see past some type of person dressed walking the shadows. Yeah, look, they didn't think you'd see past this betrayal, but you did. You could be a mother. This could be a mother that was sacrificed, definitely. And there's a civil servant, a public official who's a genius. Maybe they bear some type of gifts here. They could have seen somebody homeless, trapped out of this lover's connection, okay? They could see them put all risk in, gambling, some type of debt, addiction, some type of speculation. With this doctor here, somebody tried the healer of elements, okay? They tried to heal the situation. Maybe somebody needed to go to some type of, maybe somebody got sick because they cheated or something like that. I don't know. Maybe there was a reason why. Maybe it was just that everything was locked out in the cold, put out, okay? But there's progress. There's, like, somebody's able to see what happened here, okay, about the whole situation. What happened, how it got like this, how somebody risked it all. And that was the diagnosis of it, okay? That's the diagnosis of it, okay? So there's a direction it's going away. This is like their grand scheme of all schemes, okay, though, was to get away with this here. They forged it. They took the risk. They took the risk. They bet it all in, took the risk. And the detective has caught them, has seen it, okay? They've seen all the clues. They're mastering this. The captain's like, I know which way to go, okay? I finally know the answer. I know about this child, this young. I also know about this clown over here. You could be somebody who's seen innocent as this child, okay? You could have, it could be your family. Maybe they're going to bring some type of good news to you that they finally found some type of resolution to this. They know what happened, actually. Got this father coming out as a player. And all these employees. Some type of spiritual leader in reverse as well that was small talking. They also tried to cause problems for the situation, okay? So something's happening. Maybe they were small talking with the spiritual leader or something. But this has been a long journey for somebody, for their family. I don't know how long ago this happened. Within the last 2 years is what I'm hearing. But with this king dancer out here, I'm picking up on there's a lot of movement in this. And all the work that's been put into it, they're finally accumulating something. They're finally getting all the information they need. And it's authorities. They're about to make a ruling. They're about to, yeah, it's like an epic legend of all legends, okay? They cannot believe. The keeper of epic tales. That's what they could be calling this madman right here. The keeper of epic tales. Somebody who painted the perfect abstract picture so that it would look one way. So it was all an illusion here with this music card. It was all illusion, so it'd all be harmonized, okay? That was their mission here, okay? So everything would work. Just like that. They had a lot of faith this was going to work. This is how they manifested. This is how they took action. This is what they did. I'm telling you, this player. I guess I didn't expect it to go this way, though. Yeah. Okay, so this could be somebody who's very vulnerable right now, somebody who's a drunkard, somebody who's got a lot of, of course they're avoiding everybody now. especially even the bar. With that small talker in reverse, they're not talking to anybody right now. Completely avoiding everybody. They're going to pick up a lot of strength, try to take off, but they're going straight to jail because they're actually part of a whole gang. Maybe that's who they employed, but it's violent. It's criminal. It was underworld, okay? It was transactions. They were going to be disciplined and put in prison, okay? Because definitely they've been seen. Look, better get a lawyer. Better hire a lawyer. Collective, somebody could, yeah. Some type of family patterns here, stuck in the past. Somebody was overdue. Old habits die hard. Bone tired, yeah, right. So somebody's, yeah, gonna challenge the truth, trying to reclaim their power in this situation, trying to repair something, but that come out sideways. Divine intervention is happening for somebody. Divine will and justice is going to be served. Divine holy favor, okay? Hope and faith. Wise judgment is going to be brought down about this case. Something to do about the 18th, 7/18th. July 18th or 7/7/7. Hard work brings good success. 88 is out here. 77, 88. Somebody's mind games, boy, just got canceled, censored, destroyed here. Within a few weeks, they're going to see how it was a 50-50 that it would ever work to begin with. Yeah, with this Black Widow energy here. Look, there's a masculine out here who destroyed some type of, suffocate. Feels like they're suffocating. A lot of discord happening in this person's life. They tried to cancel this person. Yeah, in the community or something, yeah. There's many working parts to this story, but it was all perfect times. They definitely felt like they were the masculine to get the job done. They organized, someone helped them. They had the abilities and the resources. Look, the crew, I'm telling you, the whole dang dog crew out here done took off after some little lady who done, I guess, cheated, or they thought she cheated. No boundaries, breaking free. Somebody was trying to break free and leave the relationship behind. Yeah, sealed off, didn't want to have nothing to do with them, trying to get out of it. Was prepared for anything but determined. Look, dear John, I need to set boundaries. Divorce, it's not you. The final words is I just can't do this. I have to leave. Something to do with a child or childhood. And a new beginning. Something about autumn. 6 to 9 months ago. Yeah, look, the cross, the sacrifice, the funeral. Look, the eclipse. Maybe 6 to 9 months ago in autumn. Family, look, I'm telling you. Something about a family alliance was in sync. Going down together, surrender. Go for the greater good of everybody. Energy shift. That was the boom. That was the conflict. That was the powerful force of destruction. Trouble came for this person. Look, broken vase. I'm telling you. They're like, give them some more details. This had to do with the child. Something to do with the child, too. Felt burdened, pressured, the opportunity, something about children being tired, demanding a lot of attention, bringing a lot of excess baggage. So somebody felt like it was some type of misfortune with a fire sign. So, but they also feared separation as well. So somebody wanted to play tug of war with this person. Maybe they didn't want to, yeah, maybe they thought the child was a lot of hard work. They were tired. All of it was an optical illusion, though, sleight of the hand, predictive programming, okay? So somebody was just making a scene, and then for whatever else, they were just, yeah, look, this person of air here. Look, something to do with the baby. The universe has awakened the heavens. It's awakened us to the bigger picture here. It's all of this creative force, okay? Because something is going to happen within 3 to 6 months, okay? This situation is going to be, I'm seeing, yeah, look, overcome. It's going to, yeah, it's going, somebody's going to get their judgment day over here, look. It's going to put a lot of tension and strain, but definitely going to be a gathering and recognition. Because with satisfaction, they're going to solve it. Something to do with 1994. A betrayal. I'm telling you, within a few days, it's all going to start happening. Somebody's going to see that somebody was two-faced. And everything's happening. It's God's sin. Yeah. Somebody thought somebody wasn't going to speak about something, and then they did. Somebody took an alternative route. Something about, yeah, being separated in quarantine, kept apart in isolation. Somebody got a realization about some type of problems, yeah. It's a lot of working components here. Everything is a big mess, and it's all interconnected. It's all complicated because people are playing chess out here, okay? Making their move, the next power move, okay? Yeah. This is definitely a violent situation, though, if provoked, okay? So, but you have invincible spiritual power, collective. It's not your problem. It's just, maybe this is about somebody you know. They just want you to see clearly. It's some type of gut reaction you had. Maybe this is just filling in the pieces for you. It's like you're watching a movie, okay? That's how you're going to feel. And you're on the final chapter right now. It's like you can finally see clearly. You're like, oh my gosh, I know how this all ends. Oh my gosh, this is the real deal. I know. Look, I'm telling you, very likely you're about to see the vulnerability, the trap, the bait, the con game, the great catch, the luck, the resources, maybe even the fishing date that led up to it, how somebody got a headache, how they flipped a coin, how they felt somebody was annoying, but something was just not, something was off, okay? And then look, boom. Breakup, death, dismantled. I told you because there was body parts away in another place. Somebody thought over time it would go away. They've been trying to drink it away with this alcohol here again. Yeah. Not going to happen. They're just still uncertain. But everything's being balanced. It's because you're able to reflect and go in and look about this connection, about what really happened. Because this is the it factor. There's no way around it. You can see it clearly. This is the truth of a situation, how there was some type of uncommon bond, some type of open humiliation, some type of ridicule or mockery, okay, when it came to this sexual behavior here, okay? So, yeah, with this separation, making adjustments with these friends to move away from here, I guess somebody's had an awakening. Yeah, a problem to solve all of a sudden, a situation to sort out. Right. Somebody's making adjustments because there's a lot of roadblocks now. I'm telling you, they're not leaving the country. They're not going nowhere. Yeah, some type of waking up from a dream is what they hope, to find that it was just a crazy nightmare, but it's really not. They're going to be handcuffed in their little, with their head stuck in a trap, nowhere to run, okay? Somebody's like, no, please no, tell me this is not happening right now. That's all I can hear. But it is. Somebody's like, oh my gosh, maybe I need to make amends. Maybe I need to fix something. How do I fix this? What can be the catalyst of change all of a sudden? Because they see clearly, too, that everything is changing. That somebody superior, somebody with this crack shot, somebody's dead on, accurate, and very skilled, okay? And has seen the truth, okay? Could be the messenger, the fearless messenger. Look, with this biker in reverse in the ostrich trap, that could be who done it. There's been an eclipse, I'm telling you. A loss of power, sudden darkness for this person. Yes, 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 it is that lone wolf biker out here in reverse. They have to face reality about something here. Because the knowledge is done. I'm gonna let it rip. Now people can fly. They're, yeah, independence, letting go, okay? Stress-free. All right, collective, I guess that's the message I was supposed to give you on this. I'm going to be back later for a more positive message. Yeah, somebody just wants you to see the symbols of the balance that are happening around. I mean, in the community, some type of sensitive review is needed so that you can enter into a place of exploring, because the authority is entering into a place of exploring and bringing a lot of changes, okay? They're cultivating to bring a lot of changes. This is happening very soon. Look, change with, look, confrontation and introspection. There's changes because of the introspection, and it's going to bring a confrontation, maybe even with the authorities. Look, they're like, we are arrival, definitely. Activate this arrival because it's going to happen. You can anticipate it is what my guys are saying. You can anticipate it at your home if you're the person that did the crime, and if you're the other people, you can anticipate healing, okay? Any type of discomforts in your life will be healed. There's some type of, maybe your people or the person that passed on just wanted me to give you the message so that you could begin to start your healing process, to know that if this is really your story, hold some type of hope and faith that there will be resolution to it very soon, okay? Yeah, they're putting in motion to dilapidate this plan this person had. Yeah, this mystery here, okay? All right, collective. Like I said, back for later for a more positive message. I hope you guys enjoyed the message. Well, not really enjoyed it, but I hope it brought you the healing you needed so that you can move forward, or the confirmation you needed to know you were caught.